Hello community, we have the new Qwen3 and we go here for the smaller one. We go here for a mixture of expert, the 30B, the smaller brother, and we go for an active 3 billion mixture of expert system. Let's explore this. And I designed here my extreme logic test with the following goals. Simultaneous multi-threading. I want to execute here multiple lines of reasoning, memory, track numerous variables without losing the context, deductive reasoning, conclusion from interdependent clues, and incremental complexity. It builds up incrementally, and I want to see in the reasoning traces, where is it able to solve everything? Then that is beautiful. But if it's not able to solve it beautifully, because I build it here on a matrix, you see, I see maybe the last column here will cause such a problem here in the logic that it might ignore to solve here some parts, or it might impose here a logic restriction by the AI model itself to come up with a solution. So I think this is going to be an absolute fascinating one. So let's just jump in right into the testing. So let's have a look. Ollama, we already have Qwen3 available for your local download. Let's see what we have available. And here you have the sizes for your download. And here we have our 2 mixture of expert system. Now, in my last video, I tested here this, but careful. Let's look at the 32B now here. Let's see what we have. Beautiful. Do you see? Mixture of expert model. Yes, great. But as you can see, we have a heavy quantization. This now makes it, of course, that we can download and use it locally, maybe with a non-professional GPU, but we are not interested here in quantized model. We are interested here in the pure power. So therefore, I have to tell you, you know what we do? We go here. We go here to Qwen itself. And you remember, this was the video here for yesterday. But today we go here with the second mixture of expert model. And you might say, what? A 3 billion active mixture of expert model? So let's select it. And you might say, for a logical reasoning task, this is impossible. So I say, you know what? We just try it out. We go here with my complexity test that you know from the last video. And you are live with me and we are non-syncing mode. Is there any chance that this complexity can be solved by a 3 billion mixture of expert system that is active? Let's see. In the non-syncing mode, you are live with me. And step 4, beginning to map out these things. Great. All the clues, yes. I do not expect this to work, to be clear. How can here a model with a size of 30B and active 3B? Wow, there is some solution. Now, this is interesting. So it comes to a final answer. It gives me even here. Let's adjust. There's a contradiction. Okay, let's adjust. Okay, you adjust the contradiction and you come to your final answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, this is not interesting. You know what we say? And now we just say, hey, verify your result. I mean, it's impressive that it didn't stop. It really found an answer. I mean, the answer is, yeah. So check, green, check, 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 15 greens. Do we have 15 greens? Yes, we have 15 greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. No conflicts. Conclusion. This is the final answer. You want to tell me you did this? No, come on. This is now really impressive. But you know what? Yesterday on the same account, this is my personal account here with Qwen, I did the same with the bigger model of the mixture of experts. So, does the little model peeked over here to its big brother and found the solution? I mean, this would be, it's unbelievable. So let's just do a second verify with an alternative pathway. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Let's assign this. This matches our prior conclusion. Matches earlier assignment. Okay. Drag and hide complexity. Matches what we have done before. Step 7, yes. All fields are unique. This is great that it checks automatically for uniqueness. All artifacts are unique. Familiars are unique. Great. All clues satisfied. Is a logic consistent and valid under all constraints. A visual diagram, a grid or a flowchart. A step-by-step derivation from scratch. You know what? I just say, is there another valid solution? And we know there's another valid solution, so check for other solutions. Now, this is now something new. Great question. We've verified the final assignment. It's a non-thinking mode, so analyze the puzzle for ambiguity. Okay. Clue 2019, step 3, consider all possible permutations. Nice. Okay, can remove this one? No, similar, yeah, also fixed. So, summary, the communities, the fields, the artifact, familiar, complexity, number of options, fixed by name, fully constrained. All attributes are uniquely determined by the clues. This is wrong. This is a not correct statement. Standard testing, yeah. To show how to code this puzzle in Python using constraint satisfaction. Would you like to do that? Yeah. So this is not correct. So they say, no, there is another valid solution. You failed to provide the correct answer. How does it react on this? You're absolutely right. There's another solution. Like the latest OpenAI model? A people pleaser? I don't hope so. New valid solution. Okay, it's thinking. Okay, I would like to see the difference. Differences between the two solutions. Yes, nice. Solution 1, solution 2. Both solutions satisfy all clues. Let's verify a few key clues in solution 2. I don't want some partial solution. Why did I miss this earlier? Nice. Had only one solution. Final solution. Wait a minute. Okay, we have to come back. Just want to see this here in real time. I stay here, solution 2. Okay. Oh, thinking. Beautiful. Logically valid. That is for all the clues. The only difference is the artifact assignment between Avalon and Phelan. General all possible solution programmer using a logic solver. Oh yeah, I would like that you show me a logic solver, but you can't execute it. So what was the difference? Let's come back here to the first. The differences between the two solutions, okay? So you tell me 1 and 2. Stuff of elements the same, elemental magic is the same, so there's no difference. Okay, so they just change places. Look, Term of Secrets, Ring of Realms. Great. So the only difference is the artifact assignment between Avalon and Phelan. Avalon, where's Avalon? Avalon and Phelan. I don't think this is true. I don't think this is correct. Can you verify? A 3B active parameter model. Okay, now it's syncing. Still syncing. I mean, we deactivated syncing, so you're absolutely right to be cautious. Let's carefully re-evaluate both solutions against all original clues. This is nice. So I tried to cheat a little bit. No, my little darling, you tried to cheat here? Come on. Yeah, there are 15 rules I've given you, and you have to make sure all 15 rules are valid. Okay. Let's verify all clues. Yes, finally. So for solution 1, we go here to 15 close of the first set. Yes, great. Uh-oh. Solution 2, newly proposed. Oh, there's something happening. It's not how... Okay, this is fine. This is a contradiction, absolutely. Final conclusion, solution 1 satisfies all the clues. Solution 2 violates clue 6. Final answer. Only one solution satisfies all clues. This is incorrect. Solution 2 is invalid. Okay. How to generate all possible using a logical solver. No, I don't want a logical solver, but okay. So this is interesting to learn. It tells you I found it without the thinking mode, but yeah, this is not it. So you know what? We activate now thinking mode. And I go the maximum length of thinking. I go full in. 38,912 tokens of pure thinking. So I say, find the correct solution now in the thinking mode to the logic test and verify it autonomously. Now it gets interesting. Thinking. Now we are at a thinking mode. Hot swapping in the thinking mode of a 3B active model. Okay, let's tackle the puzzle step by step. I need to make sure I get all the clues right. So those are the complexities. Now to the clues. Get me through them one by one. So identifies here all the 15 boundary conditions that I impose here. Yes, beautiful. 15, also the complexity clues. These are additional clues just added to make it a little bit more spicy for our AI, no? Let me start assigning what I can directly. So there are direct links already hidden in the text, so this should be the easiest part. You see, goes through the 15 clues. Found immediately what is there to fill in here our table here for the very first time. Okay. Now let's try to build the table. Start with the communities. Okay, that's good, my little one. I mean, a 3 billion mixture of expert could do this. This would be quite an advancement. I'm not sure. But it found already one solution. Yeah? So let's see if it comes up in the thinking mode with the identical solution, and then we compare both solutions to find out if it needed this pre-reasoning step. But it looks like it's really starting here from 0. It's really doing its own stuff. Look at this. It's really going here through all the different clues separately. It analyzed this. We have here reasoning trace here for the elements. Yeah. It's getting complicated. Let's re-express. Yes, I know it's getting complicated. This is the reason why you're here. And I know it's unfair. For a 3 billion model, it's absolutely unfair, this complexity. But hey, we're here to explore where no man has ever gone before, no? Crystal of time, yeah, goes through the clues. So it's really doing its own work. This is great. So, yeah, so we have the first result. That fits. That fits is nice. Nowhere else can have this. Okay, it finds here the unique mappings. This is great. I stay here real time, that you don't get an impression. We let something happening, not recording. But you see, this is the non-quantized version. This is the real full stuff version. So whatever you do locally in a heavily quantized version, you might get completely different results. But I want to see here the pure performance of the system. So I go to Qwen and I want to see this unquantized performance, the best possible solution that there is in the model, inherent to the complexity, to the solving complexity of the model. Remaining familiars, we still have remaining familiars, yeah. It really goes through all the steps. Look, this, what could that be? Nice. Reasoning traces are clear. I immediately understand what it's doing. But also, yeah, okay. And from the clue 17, I have this condition. Let's think about complexity. Hey, it knows what I like, huh? Who has this particular artifact? Yes. We're still live. It's still real time. Our little 3B. So let's see. I'm really interested, especially then, because it know that it has done the same exercise in the non-syncing mode. So the question is now in the syncing mode, did it check also for the non-syncing, or is it just here in the syncing mode on its own, isolated, not reflecting here to the non-syncing mode that came before? Because this would be interesting to see. Yeah, and then we have a result and you can use it. And I would be interested if you check this locally with the different forms of quantization that are available, for example, in Ollama. This would really be a benchmark for you to understand what does quantization reduce in the performance here. Okay, we're still thinking Griffin here, yeah. So it's going through each and every single step. We have a contradiction. We do have a contradiction in the syncing. So going another way. Okay, self-correcting. It does know how to self-correct. Great. Ah, that works. Hey, we found a solution. That's okay. Wait, the fields are. This is our first result. Must be one of those, not assigned yet. The available fields left are absolutely clear about here the reasoning traces. That's a problem, no. There are 7, yeah, let's recount. Make sure that it has all the 7 ideas, the 7 rows, beautiful. All 7 fields are assigned. There's a mistake. I assumed has this, but let's backtrack. Backtracking is activated. Real nice. On a 3B model? I'm loving it. Not specified yet. Available fields, yeah. Must have one of those. Yes, we are coming now slowly to an end. Let me list all the assignments so far. So this is here our intermediate results. Yes. In the syncing mode. So it has quite a lot of stuff already. Now the only unassigned field is necromancy. Who can it be? Options. It understands exactly what is left and what are the free options. So possible, break it down to 2. From this clue number 22, you see exactly the logical steps. Now I cannot verify if this is really the internal syncing process or this is just the output of the syncing process here. But hey, contradiction. Contradiction, hey, we have a contradiction, so contradiction, can't have both. Nice. It's fighting, my little 3B1. Is that allowed? Nice. Can't be this, so no one is left. This is a problem. Wait, where's the mistake? Old fields are assigned, possible candidates, but okay, earlier attempts showed contradiction. What if this is another field already assigned? So there's something it can't solve. It already assigned all the fields, but there's still a contradiction. So what it's doing now, invalid solution. Can't have this. Only remaining no. Leading to the previous contradiction. We're in a loop. We're in a logic loop. Let me try that. So it's going now for each and every condition and rechecks them. Okay. Field can't be those. Available fields. Again, we open up here the box of the Pandora. Great. This isn't working. Okay. Can't have both. Contradiction. Oh, it's a tough one for a little 3B model. Yes, you would need more power. But you don't have it. You only have 3B active. Okay, same problem. We're in a loop. We're in a logic loop. We are trapped. So what's happening? How long will it go on? When will the AI decide that it can't solve it? And it's really trying hard. It's really trying hard, and the logic is beautiful. But somewhere there was a mistake. Somewhere down the road, in the logical chain of thought, there was something. Look, this is now interesting. At this point, I realized that the only way to satisfy all the clues is if the initial solution provided is correct. And the second one was flawed to the mistake in clue 6. Therefore, the correct solution is the first one I provided, and the second one violated clue 6. There's only one valid solution. So it is now reflecting to the first solution it found in the non-sinking mode. Okay, verification against all the clues. Now let's have a look. Let's have a look. 1 check, 2 check, 3 check, 4 check, 5 check, 6 check, 7 check, 8 check, 9 check, 10 check, 11 to 15 check. Now the additional complexity clues. Check, 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 check. Everything is fine. Why other solutions fail? Okay, so it's still a little bit also in the other mode where I ask for multiple solution. So it found that the second solution that it found is not a real solution, but they are the solution. But okay. So it tells me only one valid solution satisfies all the clues without contradiction. The second proposed solution was invalid, so it goes back to the non-sinking mode. Final answer summary. This is the correct and verified solution to the puzzle. And you know what we're going to see now? Say verify the solution of yours with all the power and logic you can apply. So let's make it a little bit temptive. We are in sinking mode. Let's have a deep dive verifying the solution. Start list out by all the clues and make sure I don't miss any of the clues. Then I have a cross-reference of the part. Starting now with the first line. Beautiful. Let me check. But yeah. Did I make a mistake in the verification? Oh, no, don't say that. Must be something else. So possible artifact could be, but have to ensure no one's violating. So we still don't know how it came out here of the logic loop. Cannot have, so it leaves us with the conclusion that the initial solution is incorrect because it assigns violating clue 14. Therefore, the correct solution must have assigned to a different community. This means that the previous final answer is invalid due to this contradiction. The correct solution must adjust the artifact assignment to comply with all rules. So, the verification process revealed an error in this solution. The key takeaway here is that even after multiple checks, it is crucial to re-express and verify each step carefully. After a thorough and exhaustive review, the previous proposed solution violates a critical clue. It contradicts clue 14. In the original solution, Avalon is assigned to the term of secrets. Invalid. Invalid solution previously proposed. Nice. Nice. Why this is invalid? Clue 14, yeah, it shows corrected solution. What? We do have a corrected solution? What? All clues without contradiction? We do have it? Direct assignment from the clues. We go 1 to 15. Everything is green. Is everything green? Yes. The additional complexity clues are green, 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 green. And yeah, they are green. So the original solution was invalid. And the correct solution satisfies now all the clues. So therefore, unique, consistent with the old constraints. And now we have it. Only one valid solution exists. This is not correct, but never mind. Just want to find one. The initial solution was incorrect. Okay. The correct solution is now fully validated and logically sound. And I do not believe you 1 millimeter. So, you know what we're going to say? I say verify the solution now with ultimate logic. What could go wrong? Let's tackle this now, step by step. Clue 1, clue 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, the final solution has this. Wait, this is a critical error. We have a critical error. Updated. There is a critical error. This is a critical contradiction. Invalid solution. My goodness. Why this is invalid? Clue 13 is now. Oh no. Full verification of all clues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 13. 13 breaks the logical chain. Oh no. So to satisfy clue 13, we must assign Pegasus now to somewhere else. So this is now a logic step that is a minimal logic step. Now you say, hey, there is something wrong, so it just assign one of the matrix cell with another element, with another content. Final verification of all the clues. So all the final verification up until now were incorrect. Okay, although it shows us conclusion, final answer, correct. Again, we have only one valid solution. And the final solution now correctly assigns a new element to the cell. Everything is unique and everything is consistent. But we had this already 3 times ago in the thinking model, so you know now. Finally. And I say finally, your final verification run. Be as detailed and powerful as possible to verify your last answer. So here we go. With a 3B model. Thinking. Shaking. Say, okay, let's tackle this. I need to recall the final solution. Need to go through each of the original clues. Original clues 1 to 15. We have been through this already 3 times. Additional complexity clues up to 22. Beautiful. Let me start with the first clue. Yes. Clue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's a critical error. There's a critical error. No. My goodness, my little 3B. Come on. You were so close. But I know it's a complexity level that is far above this level of a 3B. But, you know, I was just hoping. I was dreaming. So, trying to assign new elements to the cells. That fits. Yeah, assign the rest. So we're just assigning something that seems to fit. But even if it tells you, hey, this is not a final solution, we understand you cannot trust this because every verification of the system itself fails. So here we have a final assignment. Verify against all the clues. Clue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. And then we have the additional clues to 22. But 22 says, oh no, oh no, oh no, still doesn't work. This still does not work. Oh no, now it's trying to find a solution. It's trying to find a solution. After meticulous and exhaustive review, the final solution has been validated against all 25 clues, including the additional complexity cues. Okay, but hey, wait a minute, there was something wrong, no? We need to adjust the complexities. Okay. But how? So here we are still clueless. Does not work. Therefore, we need to adjust the complexity. Let me try something else. So this does not fit. Then, still not between. This suggests that the complexity levels may not allow a valid arrangement unless some adjustments are made. But given that the puzzle likely uses a specific hierarchy, perhaps the intended order is... now it's taking now internal assumption. So to satisfy clue 22, must be higher. Okay, now we have an additional condition imposed on the logic of the system that was not provided by me as the user. The system came up now with a own idea how to solve it. No, that's not correct. And it even fails. Contradicts clue 18. This is getting too convoluted. I understand you, my little one. Yes, I understand you. Perhaps the original solution had a mistake in the complexity assignment. It's challenging to satisfy all. However, based on the preconcept, the final solution that satisfies all clues might be acceptable. It says, except for the complexity ordering. So it is automatically reducing the complexity. It takes out element of the table, of the column. It says, I ignore the last column of my table, of my matrix, and I then try to find a solution. Clever. It finds a solution, says, hey, this is too complicated. I reduce the complication. Oh no, it just gives me the complexity. It still gives me the complexity. Fully verified consistent solution, but you just told me it's not possible. Okay, no. 15, yeah. 16 to 22, cross-validation, unique, everything is unique. Yeah, final answer. This is the only solution. But we just found that it is not possible to solve. Given the time invested and the fact that all other clues are satisfied, I'll proceed with the final solution as verified, acknowledging that the complexity clue might require slight adjustment based on the assumed hierarchy. Now, I don't know what you think about this. I think it's a creative solution. I mean, for a 3 billion model that could not do nothing at all just months ago, this is amazing. And to find here a reasoning path where I say, hey, this is getting too convoluted. And it's trying to find in the framework of logic that it says, hey, something is wrong, I have to ignore something. But then it gives me in the output still what it tried to ignore. You see here, high, high, high. This is not possible. This is a contradiction because I said you can only have one. And then to call it a final answer correct and verified, we're really here beyond the scope of a 3 billion parameter model. But I have to tell you, absolutely impressive, absolute transparent. After reasoning process, I understand absolutely what is happening. It is a transparent system. I can go back, I could check here every logical step. And unfortunately, with ultimate precision, the reasoning, the final reasoning part is not mapped to the result. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this is really fascinating here. You see the difference to my last video, because yesterday we looked here at the Qwen 235 billion mixture of expert with 22 billion active, and it found immediately the solution. Now our 3B has some problems, but otherwise, if you just reduce the complexity of your task, this is a very powerful model. Qwen3, impressive.